Hello everyone and welcome to this week's history video brought to you by the Clinton Public Library. Today we will be covering the interurban car that used to run all the way from Clinton to Terre Haute and beyond. Our information comes from the book Along the Line by Red Howell, a North Terre Haute native. This book is available for reference in our genealogy room, and it is a recounting of all the stops along the Clinton line, paired with photos and personal anecdotes about each stop and the people that frequented them. Nowadays, with the ease of access to cars and passable roads, public transportation has fallen to the wayside. But the rich cultural experience and the fond memories of time spent on public transport is something we can all connect with. The interurban car that connected Clinton to places like Terre Haute, Brazil, Sullivan, and even Paris, Illinois, was founded and began carrying passengers sometime around 1902. The passenger depot, which is what we now know as the Clinton Coal Museum, was built in 1904, but did not open its doors to the public until 1910. Before then, the interurban was predominantly used by miners, factory workers, and other working men who would travel in large groups and operated on shift schedules. One anecdote the author writes in this book is about the first woman, or girl more accurately, to ever ride the Clinton interurban. The story goes that the most well-known conductor, Old Billy, saw a girl of about 12 years old walking a hard stretch of the highway to get to her friend's house every day. And one day, Billy stopped the train car and offered to let her ride. She accepted, and this repeated every day for the rest of the summer. When the time came for the general public to be allowed to purchase tickets for the interurban, there was much speculation about who the first woman to board would be, but Old Billy revealed the title had already been taken. Tickets to ride the interurban from Clinton were priced as follows. To Terre Haute was 25 cents, to Carl Avenue was 20 cents, to Ellsworth or North Terre Haute was 15 cents, to Atherton was 10 cents, and to Numa was 5 cents. Tickets were only sold at the Clinton station or at the depot on North 9th Street in Terre Haute. Otherwise, cash fares were simply collected by the conductor. Each adult ticket was entitled to up to 150 pounds of baggage shipped free, and each child's ticket was entitled to 75 pounds of baggage. Dogs were allowed on the interurban, with dogs small enough to be carried or held on your lap being free to ride, and large dogs who were outfitted with a collar and a leash could ride in the baggage area, quote, at the owner's own risk, for the price of one adult ticket. Corpse tickets were also sold if a corpse needed to be transported, with a $1 minimum free, and the corpse needed to be accompanied by an attendant with a health certificate from the State Board of Health. Another practice that was employed by large groups of people wishing to travel cheaply was to purchase the fare for a whole car for a reduced rate. These were called special movements, and they consisted of bands, choruses, and orchestra groups, as well as athletic teams and even funeral processions. The minimum number of people required to qualify for this purchase was 55 people, and the cost was figured as 1 cent per mile per passenger. The Clinton Interurban ran until its unfortunate cessation on May 24, 1931, after almost 29 years of service to our community. The repeated flooding of the Wabash River and Otter Creek had caused multiple shutdowns over the years, with costly maintenance to get the cars back up and running again. Coupling that with the increasing popularity and availability of cars and the economic hardship of the beginning of the Great Depression in 1929, the interurban didn't stand a chance. Many petitions and proposals were launched in response to its closing, but all to no avail. The Clinton Interurban was and is dearly missed, as our current community would greatly benefit from a form of public transportation. But for now, we can honor its memory and appreciate the rich history of our town. Thank you so much for watching.